1692, the deadliest and most far-reaching witch hunt in American history ravaged the streets of Salem, Massachusetts.
The Salem witch trials were America's version of a witch holocaust.
Some say that the horror of the witch trials was so profound that its supernatural echoes can still be heard on Salem's streets. Does one of the accused still cling to her property to this day?
When I saw her standing there, I definitely was startled. I immediately ran back down the stairs.
Was a major disaster the terrifying reality of a witch's curse?
Before he died, he said, "I curse you and Salem."
We'll investigate the paranormal legacy of one of America's oldest cities on Mysterious Journeys, The Witches of Salem. Salem, Massachusetts is a city with two sides. One is a serene historic harbor filled with quaint shops and tree-lined streets. But the other is a somber and sordid place where the specters of the 1692 witch trials still loom. Here, hundreds were executed or jailed, all in the name of witchcraft.
The Salem witch trials were America's version of a witch holocaust. It's certainly the worst case of witchcraft persecution and executions that took place in the history of our nation.
More than 300 years after the trials, the curses of its victims can still be heard whispering through its streets. And the ghosts of the condemned linger among the locals, a chilling legacy of the city's horrific past.
You cannot go to Salem today without being reminded of the witchcraft hysteria everywhere you look.
So how did this quaint maritime village become a brutal, witch-infested world of fear and paranoia? The first seeds of trouble arrived with the Puritans in 1630.
It was a very severe religion. Children were brought up to believe that they were basically sinful. Puritans believed in the doctrine of the elect or predestination. And I think people looked to each other and at each other to make sure that they were all leading the correct life, because if they didn't, God would abandon them.
They'd also brought with them a very real fear of witches.
The early colonists came from England and from Europe, where beliefs and fears about witches were very strong, very fresh. They literally imported those fears and beliefs into the new colonies.